side.
Hey guys, it's just me today. We're going to end up doing something a little different this time. I'm going to do a tutorial video, or at least attempt to, because it seems I looked back at my videos, my uploaded videos, and I suddenly had 206 views on my last Space Engineers video. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm not going to complain. So seeing as it got so many reviews, I think I'm going to make another one of those videos then. That sounds alright with you guys. So today what we're basically going to do is going to be something really simple, I guess, for people that don't really know how to play the game very much and have just bought it and trying to figure out what to do. Well, I'm going to show you how to get off a planet. Like, how to get off a planet. Now, I'm not going to do this on the Earth planet because that seems I'm already locking up there for a second. But anyway, I'm not going to do it on the Earth planet. As you can see, I'm already kind of lagging, and I'm staying at 60, but the game stutters. Probably because my computer can't render it as good as it's supposed to. However, I'm going to have to deal with it and just do it with what I got. So I think what the first demonstration should be is what thrusters and everything on how to distribute them and get out of the atmosphere would be. Well, you see, when you spawn in on a planet, you automatically get these ships. These ships are, I mean, they're pretty good. They're good for the basic stuff that you need. And however, if you want to get off the planet, like if you're like me or anyone else that plays this game, well, I don't know about anyone else, but at least just like me, I always look up and I'm like, dang, I want to go to that moon up there. And first time I spawned into a planet, I hopped in, I think it was that ship down there, the fighter. I hopped in it and I started flying up and I started trying to get to the moon. Well, the problem with that is these are atmospheric thrusters. They're not thrusters that will work outside of an atmosphere. Even though Mars has no air, it's an atmospheric thruster. It does have gases, but it doesn't have air. So these will work in this, but they won't work in space because space has no gases for these to work on. So instead, you could do a retrofit on one of these. But I'm going to just go ahead and really quickly in creative mode chop together a ship that's something that you could build on survival like this, which me and my friend did, but we went overboard and it took us like 30 hours and we ended up building a pretty big thing to get up. And then, of course, something happened to the world and I got really upset, so we decided we were going to go into, well, I didn't tell him, but I went into creative mode to try to fix something that ended up happening with the world is that base over there kept coming, and one of these days they just destroyed something, and we couldn't do anything. Alright, I'm sorry about that, guys. I had to pause for a minute there. Interruption in the video. But anyway, back to what I was doing is, what we have to start small. A lot of people will decide they're going to go big the first time, and then it just gets too hectic, and they don't have enough stuff to make it through, and they can't build the ship. They're losing, just like me and my friend did. We had to go to creative mode, which then destroyed everything else, unfortunately. So can just pop you down a landing gear. It won't come built for you because obviously it's creative mode. That's going to be annoying. Don't shoot my ship, mister. Give me money here. Just want to get this guy out of here. There we go. Oh no, rip. Well, never mind. I failed. Sorry about that, guys. I should have turned drones off before I started this. But yeah, you see that turrets will shoot everything, so you should be safe for a while. But anyway, you start off with one large landing gear. Don't do a small, because small is just, you're going to want something that can carry a refinery and an assembler, several large cargo containers, something that you can actually live off of in the game. Because if you don't, then once you get up there, you're going to have nothing to actually survive on, and you're not going to want that. You're going to want to be able to go up there and stay there for as long as you want, and then even if there's no resources up there, you'll have enough resources on the ship to survive for a while. And that's something that kind of a necessity if you're in space. So we're gonna go ahead and build really simple, kind of dumb looking ship because remember we're supposed to be mimicking that we're in survival right now. So what you want to do is just make something small. You can't build everything like that, of course, because creative. Sorry about that again in advance. Let me go ahead and set up my second tab that I forgot to do. Oop, that's not the right button. My bad. Come on. Buttons. There it is. I always do this, is set all of those up in one thing. So what you want to go ahead and do is just start piecing together the parts of the ship that need to go right there and make it all streamlined. It doesn't really have to be streamlined. I just do this because it looks good, and that's kind of why everyone else does it, because it just looks good. If not, it's just one big blocky mess. It kind of hurts your eyes a bit. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and just put all this in. You know what? I should have done something else. I should have turned on mirroring so that it mirrors this when I build. I'll do that in just a moment. So that'll speed things along just a bit more so that when we can actually get up to that moon. We're going to want a jump drive too. You don't need a jump drive, but unless you have a bit of a long time to build it, you may want a jump drive. Alright, that'll work. Hit buttons. Once you got that up, you can go ahead and start piecing the rest of it together. I'm going to go and put windows right there because I like windows. Also, with my ship that we built, we put a hangar on the back end of it, and I do plan on putting a hangar on this ship. So, yeah, we're good. This is going to be a pretty decent... I'm sorry, guys. My bad again. I hit the wrong hotkey and accidentally shut off the recording, but luckily I realized it immediately, so we didn't lose any progress, guys. Sorry about that. Remember, I'm not the best YouTuber, so, I mean, there are a lot of better people out there than me, and I'm just really honored the fact that y'all would even give me the 200 views that I have, even though I have 12 subscribers. Probably no one's going to watch this video. If people do, then, thanks a lot. That really means a lot that I'm actually drawing somebody's attention, and somebody actually ended up watching it. I think that's really awesome that, someone actually cared for a moment there, even if they don't care now. But I think that's pretty awesome. So I hope whoever it was, those 200 people, come back and watch a little bit more. And maybe they see something they like. I think I'm going to go ahead and make this entire front cabin right here. That's entirely going to be made out of glass. But first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and lay it out like this and make it to where it has an overhang outside the windows, give it a little bit more protection on landings than other times. Just give it a bit more of that, also a bit more of a fancy look to it as well. Go ahead and spread it out a bit, make it to where we're going to start building that hangar. Put just a little bit of a hangar on the back. Not too big, not too small. Normal, average sized hangar. The wrong block. Here we go. I'd turn on mirroring in this direction as well, but I don't think we really need to do that though, because it would end up doing some stupid stuff. Mirroring's not always the best thing to do. Now we need to go ahead and make the roof taller as well, which you don't want to make it look too aggressively tall. So I'm going to go ahead and make 2 lines going down the roof, connecting back. Remember, this is all purely aesthetic. You don't have to do any of this aesthetic thing that I'm doing to mine, because I'm in creative mode, so I can just go ahead and build all I want. And I think that's going to be about as long as this hangar's going to be, and I'll probably drill a hole in the floor or drill a hole in the roof to make it just a bit taller. But anyway, back to this. We're gonna want it pretty tall because we're gonna have to be able to put an airtight door on the hangar. So you're gonna want it to be pretty nicely sized. Right about there. I think that's good enough, don't y'all? I think it is. So we'll go ahead and make that up, make it look good, or even at least just tolerable to stare at while you're flying it. Don't want it to look bad, don't want it to look good. You just want to have something tolerable. Or even not. If you're in survival and you ain't got nothing to make it look good, you know what? You just build that ship how you want it. It don't matter as long as it works. So once we get all this laid out and everything, and we got it all long enough, we can go and start working on the roof. And then after we work on the roof, we can go and start putting the thrusters on. I always put thrusters on last. But in survival, though, you should probably put thrusters on first, to be honest, because if you mess up, then it's going to get a little bit harder to fix your problem. We're going to have to go ahead and put blocks on the inside of this, too. Alright. Now, to do this part, going to line this with those, get a nice airtight seal when we seal this up. I'm going to put windows all on the roof, too, for more light. This is going to be windows up here. Oh, sorry, right back. Okay, back to this again. Gonna have a nice, long, sloped roof. Now we're not going to want to fit a whole bunch of ships in here. We're just gonna. This is pretty much just designed to hold maybe one or two, or maybe just one fighter or so. Maybe not even that if you don't feel like holding one fighter. If you just feel like holding anything at all, this design will do it for you. Maybe we won't have any windows for now because silicon is a bit hard to find sometimes. So yeah, no windows, but that looks pretty alright for now. But we are going to have windows on the front. So let's go ahead and get to work on these windows up here. We'll go ahead and go to a separate tab for this. Let's go ahead and add our windows. I don't exactly know which ones we're going to need. But I know we're going to need a lot of these curved thingies. Yes, I did just use the word thingies. Sorry if that offended your ears. Alright, sorry about that. Had to mute my mic for a minute there again. Sorry about all the distractions. I just have a lot going on at the moment. Been trying to do some stuff for my brother's computer that ended up coming with a dead motherboard. Which everyone knows the dead motherboards are just the greatest, right? Yeah. Oh no, what is going on with this window? I think I have the wrong one. Yeah, you can't see through the side. We're supposed to see through it like that. Alright, then we find the inverted one. Oh. Rip. Let's try a different one then. Let's try 8. There we go. That worked. Oh, I remember how this worked. Now this is just going to be a pain, guys. Oh, I remember how much I hated building windows in this game. Get the big slope going on in here. Oh. It's not a slope. My bad. They found the big long slope. We need a 1x3. They don't have that, but they do have 1x1. So let's go ahead and go to the 4th one and have that. Ah, man, I need a better chair. You guys should totally donate and give me a better chair. Now, since I'm not the greatest at designing cockpits, I think I have messed up on these windows a bit. Yeah, there's not a window for that. Well, we're just gonna have to put up a completely flat window for that. Sorry about that. But remember, sometimes in campaign, or not campaign, in survival, you don't always have the windows you want. So, we're just gonna have to deal with these. Alright, there you go. So now we got that just amazing looking cockpit they're going. So we're going to go ahead and put on our side windows here. There we go. Got our side windows. And now it's time to work on the back. Now, we may want to go ahead and do something with this roof right there and make it smoother. So let's go ahead and doll this up on the inside, make it all look good. Or at least better than it looks at the moment. That's better than it looks. Now that we have it somewhat dolled up, we can go ahead and start putting in the hangar doors. Or you know what? Since we're going to do a bare minimum, we're trying to survive kind of thing, we're just going to have a hangar door. Or we're just going to have one single door in here that opens up and closes. Your fighter's just going to park in the back, you know, bare minimums. It's going to have a simple little hangar, or not hangar, a simple little door here. Take out that window, I think. And we're good. Just put in 2 doors here to keep the airtight seal. Just gotta find the right door. Find the big one, you know, the one that the station has. I don't exactly know what it's called. I think it's somewhere near here. There. Gonna need one over here. I don't know what's going on with the sides here. Alright, I think that's in the wrong direction. No, they're in the right direction. Alright, so now that we've got that, we're going to go ahead and put in our bare minimums power. We don't need a whole lot, we just need something. Because it's going to be a hydrogen ship anyway, so since it's hydrogen, it doesn't need too much going on with power. But if not, we could always put a power generator on the exterior. It's not going to hurt it. There we go. They are not going to be conveyored up. Just remember, bare minimum. Uh-oh, I didn't turn off meteors. Well, let me just build a shield on top here for a moment. Protect us from the meteors. There. Will totally protect us from getting hit by a meteor for now. We'll just have to delete it later. Well, now that we're protected from meteors, we can get back to work. Now that we're going to have this open, there isn't even a reason to extend it anymore. That's as long as it's going to get. What we got to do now is going to get out our conveyors for the hydrogen thrusters, because hydrogen thrusters have to be conveyed up directly to a hydrogen tank. So we can go ahead and put a hydrogen tank somewhere. If I can find it, there it is. Our hydrogen tank. Now we got to get some hydrogen thrusters. And mostly we're going to need large ones for the up and down. Maybe one large one for the forwards, and then a lot of small ones for everywhere else. Oh, conveyors. But really, after this, that's really all you need is just thrusters. And, well, yeah, you're going to need some gyroscopes as well. Let me go ahead and get those. Because you do need a lot of gyroscopes in a ship. Gyroscopes are really important. We can just go and put them right there. Doesn't need many. Not that big of a ship. So, let's go ahead and conveyor this up. Let's go ahead and just conveyors. in spots where we think we need an engine. We could put one there, or two there. Heck, we could put a few on the roof too. We could use these lines in here in the middle as a track for the conveyor. That can be our reverse forwards up and down. All that good jazz. We can have a few up and down engines in here. Or, well, no. That'll just be for show. Remember, survival mode. You do not want aesthetic, you want functionality. So don't do what I'm doing with the conveyors. Oh, it's a good thing we got our meteor shield going on in here. Oop, wrong direction. Wait, where'd that hit? I'm glad we put that shield in. They're getting kind of close. Alright, so now that we got our fake conveyor there, we can go ahead and convey these up. We can put a hydrogen tank right here in the middle. Remember, it's not going to look the best, it just has to work. Alright, now that that's all conveyored up, and we have power, but that's not showing that it has any hydrogen for some reason. Let me see, these doors should be working if we have power. Okay, so that's working. I need to go ahead and put up a large engine, or two. Now those will be our up and downs. We can go ahead and put on our side to side, up and downy engines. Bear with me on the fact that this is a bare minimum ship. And since it's bare minimum, our oxygen supplies and stuff will also be external. They'll be vulnerable, but they'll be there. So when I go ahead and grab an oxygen tank, wherever those are, there they are, we need to grab an oxygen generator, some vents. We may even want an oxygen farm, depending on how long you plan on staying out in the middle of nowhere in space. Anyway, go ahead and put that down on that side. It should have a thing on the side, but I don't know, so never mind, stick it up on this top. And then we're gonna need to put down our tanks. There. Those will fill up even though we don't have ice. That should be on. Yep. Because creative mode. Now, another thing we could do is put another one there if we felt like it, but no. We need to conveyor it up into this actually, and we're going to put our oxygen vent on this. So useless conveyor is not useless anymore. We can actually use that one as a vent, and if we wanted to pressurize a hangar, yeah, we'll do that. So we need to go. Even though that's not conveyored up yet, guys. I'm just putting our oxygen vents on it ahead of time. That's going to get in the way. But you know what? We'll just have to walk around it. Adds to that whole overhead, watch your head spaceship thing. Alright, well, now that we're pressurizing this, go ahead and block all that up, because you don't need access to the sides, you just need the doors in the middle. The doors aren't going to be very tall, and they're not going to be very wide, so you're not going to be able to get a ship in here anymore, which kind of makes this hangar a little bit useless. But I guess if you're just going crazy and you want a large space, there you go. Alright, so we need our airtight hangar doors. Put them there. I mean, I guess if you had a small ship, you could definitely get it in here, but it's just not going to fit too well. So now we just need to go ahead and shut those up and then conveyor up our air vents. So I guess the best way to do that would be to extend that one right there. Alright, so now when I seal up those doors in there, it will pressurize. We can go ahead and add some buttons if we want to. Oops. Let's go ahead and turn that on normal. Find us a button. Actually, control panel should bring it up, or not. Let's group those actually. Alright, so. Yay, another meteor storm. There we go. Where'd that hit? Oh my god. That's a big one. Let's build another wall. Oh, that won't work anyway. That's gonna hit. Or not. Ooh, it's a close one. Back to the button panel. So now we need to do an open and close again. And now, if we go into here, that will pressurize this room. Yep. think my guy is crouching. And then just to make sure, we gotta shut the hangar door. See, make sure that that is airing from here. Yep. You're probably going to put in something to make that air vent up there eject, or to intake all the air. I don't know which one's which. Where's the air vent? Oh, okay. Depressurize on. Depressurize off. Oops. Wrong one. Depressurize on. Call the air out. Maybe it won't. Oh yeah, we're in creative mode, guys. So our tanks are already full. So I won't even bother setting up that one. Now all that's left to do is get rid of our massive thing and possibly put some forward engines on this, since we don't have any big forward thrust. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It'll be the last thing we put on this. Actually, you know what? Since we don't even have enough room, I'm thinking we're gonna have to make something new for the forward thrust. Or just put them on the end of this one. It's gonna look jank, but you know what? It's gonna work. Remember, work, it needs to work, not look good. Alright, we have forward thrust. So now, literally all that's left to do is put in a gravity generator, and then our ship's good to go, guys. Then once we have this gravity generator, then we are absolutely in the clear. But I think, yeah, it's going to have to go in the hangar. We don't have any room anywhere else. So there we go. We got gravity. We already had gravity, but now we have more. Oh, I guess I can't. Door physics aren't as good as I thought. Alright. Oh, yeah, that's right. We do need a cockpit. Your idiot person here that's playing this game just forgot to took off our shield. So I have to go delete that now. Our meteor shield. Alright, now we're good. Our ship's ready. Let's unpark the landing gear, make sure inertial dampers are on. Landing gear's unparked, guys. We're flying! Yay, we built the ship, guys. So, now that we have the ship, you can go anywhere. But if you had a jump drive, you'd be a little bit better off. jump drive is probably going to be hard to build when you're in limited situation. But odds are, if you're on the Mars and trying to build this ship, and you had to sacrifice all the stuff to get a ship this big, then probably not going to have enough stuff to build a jump drive anyway. Because we had to almost disassemble our entire base just to make our ship. Anyway, yeah, that moon's really far away. And I think I'm going to go ahead into here, and I'm going to call this a big success on our part of building ship. Because we managed to do what we said we were going to do for once. And I find that a success. So I'm going to go ahead and wave y'all off now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.